NFL 22 on EA Sports. And today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Cardinals and the reigning Super Bowl champs on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Arizona Cardinals. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at the Patriots. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
We got this.
So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster, and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 19 carries, 134 yards, and the score, too.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. Well, for an inside linebacker, I think you'd agree when I say that he is fast to the football, and he proved that thesis correct on that last play. From the 27, Jones. Dancing to his left. And Jones will hit the deck here, and he is able to pick up the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and it made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you wanted to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape for the first and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal.
41 right here, 41. Let's go.
Now Jones. Oh, he stays up. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Going to run the toss here to Harris. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Murray now on 1st down. Out left to Shaheen. And he'll be out right at the 35. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Murray has it knocked loose, fumble, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Now they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their 3rd in a row. And the question, is this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shocks on the old bandwagon, because this team has rebounded.
Now left side on the swing pass. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now Murray. And his throw is going to be incomplete. This defense for the Patriots, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. Damian Harris and the Patriot offense ready to take over again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing, Jones. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for New England.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Leonard Fournette with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Murray. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it, they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll try the right side with Harris. Shrugs him off. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jones. He wants it all for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are able to add on to their first half lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we draw so far, they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. On 2nd and 10, Murray. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Murray going to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Jones on the return. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriot offense. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He rifles one that's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and the Cardinals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
To throw is Murray. Buying time to his left. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow, he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Jones throwing on first down. And he'll let this go deep for Bourne. And this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
It's brought in by Harris. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Jones. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman. And the Pats force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Gronk, so tough to cover. Sometimes the flag's going to come out.
His size and his ability create a lot of these pass interference calls. If you're trying to go through him to get to the ball, that's almost impossible, and he benefits on the play.
Jones now on 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. And he'll let this go deep for Bourne. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Patriots.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Here's Jones on 1st down. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
This is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, man, it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So time it up for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start up in Orchard Park, a couple of blue-collar cities doing battle. Pittsburgh at Buffalo. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Trey Lance with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that one is at halftime as they've got the lead over the visiting Detroit Lions. Dalvin Cook with 2 touchdowns there. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And there's not a whole lot that's next-gen about these numbers. 0 total yards passing as a club in the first half. That will not win you many football games. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Coup for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away from the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets out.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, the Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Murray now. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they're going to have a 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. Looking deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now they can't bring him down. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Harris. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Patriots are pouring it on. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL...
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back now in Foxborough. 1st down, and they go back to Harris. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Zaven Collins in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Looking to throw. Jones escaping the pressure right. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
They'll run on 1st down. Harris, space to run past the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. 113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. They run again with Harris. And he's got the 1st, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And they're not going to get the kick off in time. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Patriots, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.